Hey everybody, it's Laurel. Today is Saturday, February 22nd. This is FLOSSTUBE number 53. So I'm glad you stopped back by to see me. I have a decent amount of stuff to show you. I have some FFOs. I have a little bit of stitching, a very little bit of stitching on a lot of projects because I was a little scatterbrained and a little all over the place. So I couldn't really settle on anything. So I have a lot of tiny progress to show you. I hope everybody's been good the last couple weeks. Been a lot of floss tubes come out over the last few days. I watched Brooke yesterday. I watched her whip parade, and she has a like a hall parade. So I want to watch that today. Merritt put a new one out just because Buzz. I haven't watched it yet, so I hope to get to watch that later today. I haven't felt very good the last couple of days, so I don't know that very much housework is going to be done today, just to be honest. I'm going to kind of take it easy, so I'm going to do this video and just kind of see how the day goes. So all that to say, I may be catching up on some floss tubes. I've had a couple Zooms since I saw you last. They were fun. Jim and I have discovered when we Zoom, not a lot of stitching happens. The last time we Zoomed, we hadn't talked in a while, and we were just very chit-chatty. But that was fun. It was good. Stitchy group, my local Stitchy group, we have switched to a new location to meet, and it was nice. The evening group, they meet some during the day and some during the evening. And again, if you are anywhere in the Greensboro area or within driving to Greensboro, North Carolina, look up Greensboro Stitchers on Facebook, and the ladies are really good about listing the times and dates for our Stitchy meetups. And everybody's welcome. So that's all the little announcements I have for today. Not a lot has happened since I saw you last, life-wise. I don't really get too much into my whole life, but dogs. Two of the dogs went to the vet today for checkups, and Zorro has cried since yesterday when he got back. So he's asleep in his crate right now, so I hope you will not hear him whining. He's been a little bit dramatic, but husky drama, they kind of go together. Went to the eye doctor, so next time you see me, I'll have some new specs. Very excited about that. Let's see what else. Red Velvet. She has a new video out, Red Velvet Quilts. Excuse me. Watched her, it was great. Lala D Stitches put out her latest quilting bee video. If you're a quilter, you have got to go watch that because it is so inspiring. So inspiring. What else? Krista hadn't done a video in a while. She's super, super busy, so I understand. But Krista, we miss you. Hope to have some more Zooms coming up. I got a couple other friends I haven't talked to in a little while, so maybe we'll be able to get together before I see y'all again. Okay. Y'all want to see some stitching, I guess. So I'm going to show you my FFOs first. So like I said, I've been a little scattered. I've been all over the place, and I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. What do I want to stitch? I'd talked about doing some Quakers because Renee and Kim were doing some Quakers. So I was kind of back and forth on that. I wanted to work on some older stuff, so I got a couple older pieces out and worked on them, and that wasn't really doing it. And then I went back to a different Quaker, and that wasn't, and I was just in a slum, and I was really wanting to get in here and do some actual sewing. So I was like, let me just go in there and see what I can finish into a pillow, and that will check off 2 boxes. I'll get some cross stitch finishes, and I will spend some time at my sewing machine. So sorry for shaking you. Y'all are used to that by now, I'm sure. So the first one is Winter Blessings. This is the one I just recently finished. This was one of my 12 by 12 starts by Plum Street. Love it. Have you seen Plum Street's new releases for market? Oh my goodness. If you haven't, Go look it up right now. Pause the video. Go look it up. Amazing. So I still haven't finished my next first, figured out what my next 12 by 12 to work on will be, but I'm very pleased that this one is finished. It's absolutely adorable. I don't think I will put any trim around the outside. Originally, I thought I would put some kind of black trim, but I kind of like it just simple like this with the backing. That's the Chelsea's checks on the back. And then I pulled my blessing sampler out. I thought I would go ahead and finish this. Carol Saltbox showed this in her last video, finished into a pillow. And I was like, oh, I finished mine into a pillow. Carol, I was talking to you. She did put rickrack around the edge of hers. And I really like how that looks. So, I don't know, maybe I've been wanting to do one with the rickrack. Not like sewn into the seam, but like laid down across it, if that makes sense. So, I don't know. I may add rickrack later to this one. I'm unsure. And I just had a little piece of a little pinky tan print for the back. So, I really like that. Let me put these over here. And then this was a Prairie Schooler. Was it in a booklet? I think it was Prairie Stars. I'm pretty sure that's right. It was, I showed it in my video like back in December sometime. But this is stitched on a even weave. I think it's, I want to say it's all the called for colors, but I'm not 100% sure now that I tried to say that out loud. So I put a little polka dot on the back. And this, the trim on this is just some, I went to Joann's. Our Joann's is closing. They don't have anything really on super sale yet. But I went in there just to see what they had because they have a lot of yarn. But I just get this like chenille yarn and glue that down with Aleene's. I've done that on a couple pillows and I like it. I thought that was really cute. Put that in a little, you know, display at Christmas. But very pleased with how that came out. And then this other piece I've had finished for, oh my goodness, a really long time. I had seen it on Jen Lee, right? Quirks and Stitches. She had shown this. It's a Plum Street. It's called Favorite Font Sampler. So I pulled this out. The Quick Brown Fox jumps over the lazy dog. We wrote that over and over again in school while we were learning cursive writing. Or similar. Ours was just a tad different, but it has all the letters of the alphabet in it. I stitched it using similar colors. It's not the called for colors. I mean, there may be one that might be called for, but the rest are just similar. I pulled from Stash. This is on also on a even weave Lugana. I have no idea what color or anything. I think it was just a strap. How about a scrap? It was a scrap of something. And then on the back, I thought just because it was font, I would put some script on the back. I do intend to put some trim around this. It will either be an olive colored rickrack or just some kind of trim that I can glue down. I did not, when I went to Hobby Lobby, they had, not Hobby Lobby, when I went to Joann's that day, they did not have anything that matched. Their trim is pretty much wiped out. So I'm going to try to go over to Michael's, not Michael's, now I want to say Hobby Lobby. I'm going to go to one of them craft stores and see if I can find some trim for this. But I was pleased to have that done. When I first stitched it, I was like, man, that's going to be too big for a pillow. I should have done it on a smaller count, but that's not a bad size pillow. Sometimes you need something a little bit bigger. So, but very pleased with those. And then I had gone to Hobby Lobby, correct place this time, and I was looking at their frames because originally I was going to put Winter Blessings in a frame. So I'm bad about just saying, oh, I think I'll stop by Hobby Lobby today and get a frame. And I don't have any measurements, nothing. So I need to go through my unfinished pieces, put all the measurements in my phone so I can have them for when I happen to stop at a craft store somewhere. So I have measurements for my finishing. I always stop and look at they always have a discount frame section both in Michael's and Hobby Lobby for where, you know, they ordered a frame, it was damaged or the customer didn't pick up or whatever, but they'll have them a little bit discounted. So I'm always there looking for that. So I was there trying to find a black frame for Wildflowers by Kathy Barrett that I'd finished. And I wasn't, I kind of had an idea in my head about what I wanted the frame to look like. And I went to the little discount section and they didn't have anything that looked like it. So I went over to the regular price frames and they were on sale. So I walked up and down the aisles a couple times and I was like, I just don't see anything. And then down on the bottom shelf, there was a frame that didn't have a price on it. It didn't have a barcode. It was just in the prefab frames because it had glass in it, because the custom ones, they keep the glass if they don't use it for whatever purpose. They don't leave the glass in it when they discount it. So this one had glass, so it was just a prefab frame. So I went and got the little guy at the counter and I asked him if he could get the price for me. So the price that it was, and then with the 50% off, I got this frame for $12. So I came home and framed it myself. So it will be glary because, again, it's ready-made. But I love this so much. It is so pretty. I have loved this piece since the minute I saw it. It turned out amazing. Amazing. So excited to have this done. Love the frame. I just think it's perfect for this. Oh, you can see. Don't look too close. You see a reflection of my dirty craft room. But again, super pleased with this. I just heard Zorro. He's starting to get a little quirky. He was good in asleep when I walked in here, but you can probably hear me talking. He's mad. So I'm not sure where this will hang because it's different than anything else that I've done, but this will be on a wall somewhere. I have a couple like little places on either side of the window. Maybe I'll just put it on one side of the window where it won't be bunched with anything else. But oh, I just love it. This was so much fun to stitch. I did the outline, and then this is the one that I said I was cross stitch coloring. And I heard somebody else this week use that term. It might have been Red Velvet. I don't know. She does a lot of Plum Street. A lot of Plum Street. Love watching her. Okay. So that was all my finishes, which, you know, who am I, right? Like, I don't normally get that much done. I do have one more piece ironed right here that I didn't have time to put in the frame. I have the frame, but I didn't have time to lace it up. So maybe by next video, maybe not till next Christmas. I don't know when that will happen. So now I want to talk about what I've been working on. So like I said, it's a lot of, do you hear him? He's crying. He can hear me. I hope he'll be okay. Excuse me, sorry. It's a lot of a little bit of stitching on pieces. So this is a piece. Let me look at my book, make sure I'm not telling you a lie. This is one of my 2022 or older pieces. It's in the Heart Remembers book. Carol also showed some of this in her last video. I act like y'all wouldn't have watched her before you watched me. This is what it will look like when it's finished. Gosh, I can't ever find it in here. I should learn to mark it. This is what it will look like. But my my vision is that around the edges, I will do this kind of finish. So I got this out, worked on it. This is on a piece of 32 count Picture This Plus Heritage Lugana, and I'm stitching 2/2, so it was slowing me down because it was so thick and heavy, and I talked about that before. But I put it in my hoop, and it's much easier to work on in my hoop. So I got this out, and I finished the first bird, and then I came back up here and I've started right here. So like I said, not a ton of progress, but every little bit is progress. One stitch is progress. So I got that one going. We had some snow. We had 2 more days of snow, or I guess, yeah, 2 days of snow. It wasn't enough to, keep us from work or, staying in the house or anything. The roads here, they had prepped them pretty good, so most of the roads were okay. Our road, we're in the country, so it's, they don't really salt it or anything, but it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad either, so travel was fine. But I pulled my snow piece out. Hands-on Design, Kathy Haberman. This is on 16 count chalkboard Ada. And this is where I am. So I finished out Snow Day, Snowman, did the rest of the snowman. I think I just have part of his hat and his arms. And started the next letter. I think that's going to say Burr underneath the snowman. So as much fun as it was to work on this, I hope that it goes away for a while, because that will mean that there's no snow, because I don't like snow. I am a snow Scrooge. I tell people all the time. I don't apologize for it. I'm just a grumpy lady that doesn't like snow. It's pretty. It is pretty. And, I love to be at home. So, it's not that I don't have plenty of stuff to do if I'm at home, but, I had stuff to do at work too, and I'd have just soon been at work than been at home with snowy, messy dogs. That's my grumpiness. Let's see. Okay, then floral motif. Been working on this with Diane. So I finished last time. I was working on this flower, so I finished it and did, I don't know, maybe this little flower over here was the big one and one little flower. And then this week's assignment was these 3 flowers. No, that's not right. No, I did these, and then this was the next assignment, these 2. Sorry. So I was able to finish those, and then I got a little star on the little yellow flower next to it. So I have to say thank you, Diane, because this has really got me moving on this project. So if y'all have a project that you love, but you're just kind of at a slump, find a buddy that is working on that project also, and hold each other accountable a little bit. And I mean, before you know it, you'll be making good progress. So this is where I am. So this yellow flower is the last flower up at the top, and then everything across the top will be done. Now like right now, I'm a top left-hand starter. I started in the bottom right on this. I have no idea why. I think I just really like that flower. But now there is a flower coming up. You see the white in this flower? Like I did get a brighter white. I think I'm pretty sure I'm doing B5200 for the white. But there's another flower that is mostly white. Or not mostly, but has a lot of white. This one right here. See where it looks like a little face almost? Those are 2 white flowers around those dark dots. I'm thinking about changing the color of those and maybe just make it all that pink color. Because even though the white like stands out, I don't think it's bold enough. Like I would like it to show a little bit more. Hold on, please. Okay, sorry. Hubby called. He had to work today because they had to postpone some stuff because of the weather. So he was going out to get the guys lunch. So he called me because he's so sweet. All right, so this month it was Renee's birthday. So happy birthday, Renee! And she had decided to do a Quaker stitch for her birthday. So she is doing Rose Quaker, Quaker Rose, Rose Quaker. And then Kim had also picked a Quaker, and I was like, well, I have some Quakers. I could pull some of that out. So, and this is where I kind of went in a, like, I didn't know what direction to go. I have one Quaker on my my 22 or older. I have another Quaker that was like in 23, and I have a more recent Quaker. I touched all 3 of them, but didn't make great progress. So this is Quaker Pumpkins. I pulled that little chain line across, and I started on the 4th pumpkin. I think there are 5 pumpkins in this one. And I was like, I'll just pull it out and do that one pumpkin. I took it to work and worked on it for 1 lunch hour, and that was it. I was like, I don't know. I'm sure you've all do that. You get something out and you're like, I think I want to work on that. And then you get it out and you're like, no, I don't want to work on it. So that's kind of where I was. So then for Stitchy Group, because we were going to a new place, I wasn't sure how the lighting would be. So I was like, well, let me just find something that's on a smaller numbered count, so the holes will be bigger, just to see how the lighting is. But the lighting's fine. But I decided to take this one because it's also a Quaker white winter moth. I love this. Every time, I mean, just look how pretty that is. Love it. Kathy Barrett. I really like her these days. I am still going to do Kathy Barrett as my Mania, but I also am going to try to incorporate in, Jim does Market Mania, and we were talking about it on the Zoom, and she's really got me wanting to do that too. So I don't know, I may do like Kathy Barrett during the week and then Market Mania like on the weekends. I'm not sure, but I'm also having a hard time just reeling in my Market picks. Obviously I love the Plum Streets. Stacey Nash, I don't think has put hers out yet, but there's one that I think will be coming out from her that I really like and I want. Lucy Beam has one that I like. There's just so many. Fox and Rabbit. Oh, Brenda Gervais has a Patriotic Quaker and a little piece stitched on brown. Teresa Kogut, which Teresa Kogut, I will wait and get that in her Patreon to get the discount. But anyway, I am getting sidetracked all over the place. So I took this with me and I stitched the outline of the moth on this side and these 3 little doodads. Because we do a lot of talking too. It's fun to be around friends. So my thought is I would really like to stitch the inside green on this moth wing, and then maybe I could take that to the next Stitchy Group and just work on filling in white, you know, where you didn't have to get the pattern and all that out. But it was nice. We went to I don't know if I said, we went to the Starbucks in our Barnes & Noble. It was a really nice little setup, and they have really good, I got a lemon poppy seed muffin. Delicious, delicious. All right, and then I got a another Quaker out. And I've shown you this recently too, so I won't spend a lot of time because I hadn't done a lot. Quaker's Hometown. Oh, I took it. I am working on this motif right here, and I almost got it done. I had intended on taking Pandemic with me yesterday to stitch during lunch, and I picked up this instead. And I was like, oh man, I was really like wanting to get back on my rotation of Pandemic, and picked up the wrong bag. But anyway, Pandemic, I did not get any more done on it since I saw you last. My numbers for WhipGo were to do days that start with 1 and 2, and it was just too much. It was just too much. So I decided just to switch that back to 2, which means I should have started on it yesterday, back on it yesterday, and I didn't because I took this instead. But I almost got that motif done. So I just got to do the stars all around and just this little bit right here. So hopefully next time I get this out, I can get that motif completely finished. Oh, it's going to be so pretty. I want to start Anne Grimshaw too. But I think I want to get this done before I do Anne Grimshaw because I just think it will make me stall out on both of them. You know what I mean? To have both that big and monochromatic in the same kind of sampler, if that makes sense. But who knows? I may bump my head and start it tomorrow. There's just no telling. Okay. And then I have 2 more things that are starts. One I started since I saw you last. The other one I started beforehand, and I told you I would tell you about it in this video. So I'm going to start with the new start, and this is the one that I told you Jim told me about, and I couldn't say no. And Tom. I've talked about her and talked about her and talked about her. I have a list. I did a video a while back of, I think I called it bucket list. What's on your bucket list or something. But this is one of my bucket list stitches. It's like, I have to do this. So I was on the verge of pulling out Pink House Sampler because of Red Velvet Quilts. But Jim and Audrey are doing this, and they have it split up in assignments. So they have, basically you do 3 flowers a month, and then Audrey separated the middle into 12 parts. I don't know if you can tell, but here's kind of the grid. And if you go over and watch Audrey's last video, Stitch, Stitch, Bead, if you haven't watched it already, you need to. But she goes into a little bit more detail. I started this on a piece of Winter Moon, 36 count Winter Moon. Are you ready for this? Ooh ah, ooh ah. Start's a start, right? So I don't know that I'll be able to keep up with the assignment. I didn't have all the flosses. I'd ordered them. All of them didn't come. I went to Joann's to get what I could, but of course they didn't have anything. So I still have a couple colors to get. But I thought even if I could do, maybe if I could just do the 3 flowers every month, that would get the border done. And then I keep dropping it. Sorry. And then next year, maybe I could do the middle. I don't know. I am thinking about changing this freehand stitching. I know that that's part of the design, and it is really pretty. But I have a fear that I will do all the rest and then booger it up with that. So I'm going to practice it a little bit. But I have a backup plan if it's something that is out of my skill set, or that I think I want more practice before I put it in something. But let's be honest, it's going to be quite a while before I'm to that point. So I have plenty of time. It's fine. All right, now, this is the thing that I talked about in the last video that I was starting and I needed a little more time just to kind of work on it. So here is some of the floss. Here is the rest of the floss that is not even on a floss ring yet. Does that tell you what it is already? It is, oh my goodness, I don't even have the cover picture, do I? Oh, I do. It is My Heaven and Earth Steampunk. I talked about that. It is a Facebook group, Hate Sal 2025. So many people are just knocking out the assignment so far, just knocking it out. So I've been looking at a Hate for a while. I have always been intrigued by the diagonal stitching that you see Hate stitchers do. I have thought it was just the coolest thing, but I could not wrap my brain around it. I watched the video that Blitz Stitch did. I don't even know how many times, and I just couldn't, my brain could not comprehend it. So I was talking to my friend at Stitchy Group, and she kind of showed me where her progress was, and I was like, I really got to get that out and get started. I mean, I don't care that I, where I am in relation to everybody else, but I want to do it. I want to try it and see if I can get it accomplished. It's like a challenge to myself. So I went back on YouTube, and I spent a couple days just pulling up videos, sorry, my nose is itching, on diagonal stitching. So I watched a couple different snippets of video from Jen, the Caffeinated Crafter. I keep calling her the Caffeinated Stitcher, but it's the Caffeinated Crafter. She does a ton of Hate, a ton. There is another floss tube out there, and I can't remember the name of it. I think it has diamond in it somewhere. She has a good video on diagonal stitching. And then I still wasn't getting it. It just was not, my brain couldn't. It just couldn't. And then I went and pulled up another video of Jen, the Caffeinated Crafter, and it was a video on parking, because diagonal stitching and parking, they're two different things, but they kind of go together. So then I pulled up a couple other random people, watched theirs, so I kind of came up with my own version of the diagonal stitch. So this is where I am. I'm stitching this on 20 count Ada Vintage Country Mocha 1/1. So I am on my third diagonal, and I'm just kind of doing, like I said, my version. Everything that made sense in the videos that I watched, I just pulled that little snippet and stored it in my brain. So I am on a path that I'm enjoying. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes. I do understand why diagonal is such a draw to Hate stitchers. It does help you when there's a lot of confetti. It helps you to not get lost, and I like that. Now, everybody in the Hate community, everybody talks about how you just can't have a neat back, and that bothers me a little bit. It does bother me a little bit. But I'm making it as neat as I can with my version of how I'm doing that. So we'll see how it goes. I will continue to watch videos on the diagonal stitch just to fine tune what I'm doing. There's not a lot of stitches, a lot of colors in here yet. I'm in the corner where there's a lot of black. So originally my plan had been to stitch all the black and then go in and stitch all the navy and just kind of dwindle it down to the little onesie twosies. but I'm liking this so far. If I continue to like it and I get in a good rhythm of it, I think that my Teresa Kogut in Command, which is one of the angels on the blue background, the navy background, if this works out for me, I'm going to convert that one to a diagonal stitch. So it does work. I understand also the draw to do this like in Pattern Keeper or Markup, whatever. I can't think of the letters that go with that. I don't have either one of those. I don't know that I'm going to delve into learning that just for this first one. I kind of see how it goes. So what I'm doing is I'm just highlighting my diagonals as I go to mark those off, which is basically what you do in the system. It just gives you exactly, it highlights the stitches. So my friend Sandy was telling me about it, and I see where that is super beneficial. So, like I said, we'll just have to see. I do have another full coverage piece that is so pretty that I have favored. It's on an Etsy shop. It's beautiful. It's a Statue of Liberty. It is just, so we'll see. I am already starting to make plans for next year, and Patriotic for America's birthday, big birthday. I do have a beautiful patriotic chart that a friend let me borrow, that I have plans on doing. I'm thinking about that Statue of Liberty, and then you've seen my whip parades and pattern parades and stuff. I got about a gazillion patriotic charts, so I got wheels turning. On that. All right, so now I want to talk about haul. So I have just a couple little pieces of quilt haul. So I'm gonna show them. I'm sorry. I'm not going to show any quilting today because I don't have any quilting to show you, but I do want to kind of show my haul and talk about this club because I'm very excited about it. It'll just take like 3 minutes and then we'll be back to stitch and haul. So Kind of Wonderful is a pattern company that is amazing. They make amazing rulers. They have if you go onto their Instagram, they have a new monthly sewing quilting group. You can go in and pay a monthly and you get points towards patterns. You get free patterns. You get there's a free monthly, and it's just really good. Like, I like them, and the first month I really enjoyed the benefit I got. It more than paid for itself what I got. So there were two free patterns that you got just for joining, and I don't think I put either one of them over here. Did I? Hold on, please. No, I did not. Absolutely did not. But that's okay. Anyway, there were 2 patterns that you got for the month, and then you could use your credits towards other ones. So these are the ones I picked out. I picked out Attic Window, which I've been obsessed with ever since I saw them tease about it. I got Mini Kites, and I got Tripping Out. Tripping Out is really talking to me, so I went ahead and ordered the ruler that goes with it. If you are if you're a quilter and you haven't tried So Kind of Wonderful, the rulers are expensive, but they are amazing, is all I can say. Once you get into it and you start using the ruler, you will understand. Like, these, I think, are with the mini quick curve ruler. That's the one I have. The quilt I made with that is amazing. It was so easy. It will make curves easy to do. And that's all I'll say about that. We'll get back to cross stitch. But I was very pleased to have those goodies. All right, so what do I have in haul? First, I have a couple past the stash things. My friend Cindy is going through her cross stitch collection and just kind of thinning out some stuff, which I probably should do, but am I? So I got this Heart and Hand. We won One Love. Very cute. Of course, I don't have the buttons, but I can find some little buttons. I love that frame. This is teeny tiny. It's only, what's the count? 39 by 44. It's a fun little stitch. This one's cute too on the back. It's one of the collector hearts. Very cute. I love her stuff. I really do. She also had this in the stack. Can we just talk about this by Barbara Anna? Yes, please. Yes, please. And then it has a punch needle. I mean, obviously it has a punch needle, but it has a patriotic punch needle. I watched somebody I watched or somebody in a group. Somebody had told me about a shop that has like some starter sets of punch needle. I do not need another hobby, but every time I see one, I'm just like, oh. So that's probably a path I'm going to go down. That, and we were talking in Stitch Group too about granny square Afghans crocheted. I have one. Oh, I should have got it to bring in here with me. Maybe I'll show it next time. I have a granny square that my mom crocheted when I was little. I remember her working on it. I have very fond memories of her working on it. And I was so excited when I finally got her to give it to me. But I would like to do just one. I don't want to go down a rabbit hole with that. I would like to do one Afghan. But I don't know. We'll see. Everybody's all into, like, I guess knitting is the big thing and crocheting's coming back. And I'm like, oh, I need no more new hobbies. I really don't. So I got some linen. I got a piece of 36 count Oracle by Picture This Plus. This looked a little bit darker online, and I had thought about doing Meadow. Oh, I showed a couple videos ago. Anyway, I have a piece that I thought about using it for, and I'm very happy that it actually wound up being lighter because I think it will work better for the pattern. But I already have plans for that one. I wanted to see how this looked in person, so I bought a 36 count, just little 8 by 12 piece of Picture This Plus Opal. It's actually it's probably about like that. It's a little bit darker. That's pretty. Love the modeling on that. I got this. This is a piece of Picture This Plus Nessie. I got this. I want to do the Plum Street piece with the pink house and the eagle. Something with Remember in the title. But this is why I bought that. Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty. Love the modeling on Picture This Plus. I love it. I love Picture This Plus. Can you tell? Can you tell that I love it? And then I got my Seraphim monthly. This is Time, Thyme, Goes By Seraphim. This is a really cool color. It's almost like a little, it has a little, I don't know what the word is. I want to say yellow, but not really yellow. It's not showing up right at all on the screen. It's more like how it's showing up here with just a little tinge of maybe greeny yellow. Oh, but a sampler would just be beautiful on that. Just beautiful, beautiful. So, I'm very excited. A friend of mine, she is in the Be Stitch Me Fabric Club. I'm going to have to find a way to work that into the budget. Because I love Be Stitch Me. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm having wardrobe problems today. And then not this past Stitching Me Up, but the one before. We were talking about Valentine charts. And I had said that I don't really stitch like Valentine's. I mean, I have one little Valentine piece, and I didn't even put it out when Valentine's came up because I didn't even think about having it. And we got talking about this chart, Cupid Sampler by Brenda Gervais. And so we got talking about it, and the more we talked about it, the more I was like, I just need to buy this. Like, I've looked at it for a while. I just need to buy it. So I went on Kitten Stitcher, because that's the first place that popped up when it was there. And I love to buy from Kitten Stitcher because you get the best stickers. Look at that. Is that not beautiful? I want these charts too. So anyway, I got that. And then while I was there, you have to look at the $5 section, right? She has the best stuff in there. So I got No to Love, Hannah Rome, for $5. Look at that. This was on my list. Did it come out last year? Or year before? When did it come out? It doesn't say, but anyway, this has been on my list for a while. I love that. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then also in her $5 section was this bag. Stacey Nash. Look at that. Well, yes, $5. Because these are the perfect size for, I can put a couple of my cross stitch project bags down in here. And this one has, like, it's got a little bit of length to it, but that's really good for carrying back and forth for me, like to work or to stitchy group or whatever, so don't have so much bulky stuff. Okay, I bought a lot of patterns. I just did. I have a budget. I stayed within my budget, and I'm not one that's going to apologize for buying too many charts. I know if you think I'm crazy, it's okay. It's fine. Cotton Bird by Plum Street. I think this is one that was on that sale, Plum Street with flowers that 123 Stitch had. So this one I really had never seen. And it is from 2017, Cotton Bird. Isn't that pretty? Because one day I will not have money to buy stuff. I'll be an old retired lady sitting at home, have no money. And I will have stuff. So when Renee was talking about Quakers, I saw this one. And I don't know. This was on sale somewhere. This could have been in the $5 sale. I don't even remember where I got this one from. I don't remember. Or maybe I just bought it because I had bought something else from 123 Stitch. I don't know. I love this on the bottom. I had bought it. I mean, I've been looking at it for a while. And I was like, you know, it's just a lot of stitching. But it's really not. That one is only 127 by 53. It's not as big as what you think it is, but I like both of those. This I would probably stitch first, and then I would stitch the one on the top, and the one on the top is only 61 by 81, so they're little. That would be fast. But I love the colors in that bottom one. So pretty. Teresa Kogut, I bought this. I don't know if it was her regular shop or her secret shop. I can't remember. And she's probably had this out for a while. I don't know. But it's a goat. Can we just talk about that? Is that not beautiful? It's so cute. And he's whittle. He's 2 over 2 on 30 count. He's like 6 by 5. But just look. I'll have to stitch that like soon. I also went ahead and got her Hello Santa because everybody needs this book. It's amazing. Amazing. I did wait. It was very hard to wait until that was on her Etsy shop to buy. But if I had bought it before it was on there, I still wouldn't have stitched anything on it. So it was fine to wait. Winter salt boxes. This is the last one of that little series. I had this in my Notify. On Notify me when it's in stock like 4 times. And by the time I would put it in my cart and then I would wait to see what daily sales and stuff were to see if I wanted anything else. And it kept selling out. And they kept kicking it back out of my cart. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. If you go on Instagram and go to, I think it's Eloise Stitches, she did the most amazing version of this. And it has made me totally rethink how I want to do these. Originally, I was going to do each season just the 2 together. So I would have 4 different pieces. She put them all together in the 8, but she did, in the corner, she put the little black picture corner thing stitching to make it look like the little picture corner. I don't know what you call them, but go look, Eloise Stitches. Amazing. And that is now how I intend to do this. But that will probably be a while before I get to those because I have so much other stuff going on. And then you can tell I printed these at work because I was out of color ink. I got the next, oh my nose, y'all. I am so sorry. I got the next installment of Hometown. I have the floss. I have the linen. I just don't have the time. And then I wish I had a color picture of this to show you. This was another freebie out of the Haid Sal group. This is the second freebie that we have gotten. The first one, I'm sure I showed you, it was a lady stitching. Gorgeous, gorgeous. This is this pretty little heart. It has like blues and pinks in it. Very pretty. Very pretty. I wouldn't mind stitching this one day, but I don't. This would be one way down the list of Haid's. But it's free and it's there. And one day I may have a granddaughter that loves that and I may need to do that. I wish I knew now what my future grandkids would like. Because it would take me, oh my goodness, it would take me from now until when they're grown to get something finished. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video for just a minute. And then I'm going to grab a tub of charts that will be my next ones to scan into my app. And I'm just going to show you those as this video's little pattern parade. So hold on. Okay, so I'm just going to flip through these real fast because I'm almost at an hour. I don't want to keep y'all too long. So this is just looks like a tub of stuff. I had just thrown a whole bunch of stuff in. So it'll be a mix of designers. Sir Dandy, Hands to Work. This will be on my sooner rather than later start. Ooh, the sun came out. Look at that. I'm like super bright. I love this. I love it, love it. These I think are some my mom brought me. There's no telling how old these are. I don't know. This was $1.50 at Walmart. So that tells you it's got a little age. Isn't that cute? Little boy. He may be done one day. Looks like there's a couple old just cross stitch magazines. These were probably my mom's from 100 years ago. That one's got a little hummingbird and some ribbon work. McCall's Heritage Collection Antique Sampler. Mary Ann Fowler Sampler. Now that's really pretty. So, hold on, I want to see how old this is. Because this booklet is like almost falling apart. Oh y'all, it's one of them like fold out. Look at that. Look how old and yellow and everything it is coming apart. Somebody put markings in here for what they changed the colors to. Oh wow. 1984. Well, look, that's a pretty sampler. Forgotten I had that. Here's a For the Love of Cross Stitch magazine from 1991. Oh, I like that. I like that hill. I have another one. Ooh, I need to get that out. It has a little hill like that. See, this is why I don't get anything finished, because I'm like, ooh, I should start that. I should start it. Vanity sampler. I love this. I have picked out a Bible verse to change the wording. The wording just wasn't something that matched me, so I did pick out something that I hope will fit in there. At Home. I was looking for this the other day. Or not At Home, just Home by Bent Creek. My brother-in-law and sister-in-law are about to move away from us. They live down the street now, but they're moving in a couple weeks. So I thought that would be a good gift for them. Blessed Be, Brenda Gervais. Love it. That's a good patriotic. Oh, I need to put these down here so I can scan them. Yeah. Grateful, Thankful, Blessed. You have to do that, right? I got on this Marjorie Massey kick. I just love the colors she uses. This is 2 charts. Family, Prairie Home, and You and Me. That one at the bottom says, You and Me Under the Love Tree. Oh, I like that. And of course, I want to start it right now just because, oh, I love this. I love this. Pet All the Dogs. I talked about this before. This was almost one of my mania starts when I did Teresa Kogut Mania. I want to put all my puppies, whether they're still on the earth or not. Tilly's House. Everybody loves a goat. If you don't, you should. Sweetland. Teresa Kogut. Apparently there's a lot of Teresa Kogut in here. But this is good because these will get scanned, and then I'm going to make a patriotic box so I can decide what I'm going to do next year. Hello America book by Teresa Kogut. That will get some attention next year for sure. It's not all Teresa Kogut. I see some other stuff in here. Character. I bought this one. I don't know. I gotta think. I don't know. It says character is like a tree and reputation like a shadow. The shadow is what we think of it. The tree is the real thing. Oh, and there's a random note from my mother. There's a random card. I'm so organized. Okay, I have to tell y'all a quick little story. Me and my husband have a little joke. We don't buy each other cards. If we, I don't know, I might have already said this, but we'll be in a store and we'll read a card and be like, hey, this is the one I would have bought for you, whatever. So back when we did still buy cards for each other, when the kids were little, I bought him this Father's Day card. Never gave it to him. I had put it in the glove box and I found it like at Christmas or something. And now it's just a joke for us that we, every time we get it out, I'm like, hey, happy Father's Day. Letter. Here's a freebie. Who is this by? Oh, Sub Rosa. I don't want to show it because it's just the chart, but she has some free charts. Look it up. There's some Blackbird in here. Moments of Glad Grace. I mean, every time. Blackbird just wins every time, right? There's been a lot of people do this one lately. Little Birds. Carol's Hot Box almost has this one finished. And Amanda, are you doing this one? I think it was Amanda I saw that had this one almost done. Bringing Good Cheer. There's another Carol Salt Box. This must be the Carol Salt Box box. She just showed this in her last video too. Beautiful. A Stitch in Time. Save 9. Hands Across the Sea. I feel like I saw somebody stitching this one too. It might be Karen. I don't know. Oh, speaking of, look, and Gripshaw. Beautiful. Red Velvet Quilts also started this one. I have a note. Oh, this correction was somewhere. I'll just put that up there in case that helps anybody. I wrote it down and put it in there, I don't know, 100 years ago. Oh my goodness, y'all. This is a birthday start contender. Sarah Barker, 1840. I've not seen very many people do this, but it is so pretty. I want to start all the things right now. I want to start. Trace Kogut, Daisy Hill. She has a market release that is, what's the word I want to say? Could be a companion to this. It's on a dark fabric. I think it has a lot of the same colors. It's got birds on it. Broad stripes, bright stars. 2026. I'm almost to the end. Serenity. Krista, are you done with this? Krista was doing a neat version of this. I'm pretty sure it was this one. Yes, because it was that house. Krista, we need to talk. I need to catch up. Love is the key. Two more. Nature. Land that I love. One day. With all the Trace Kogut charts I have, I could have like a Trace Kogut room. But anyway, so it's a little over an hour, so I'm going to jump off here, go get me some lunch, see if I can perk up a little bit. I appreciate you hanging out, sticking around with me. Y'all are the kindest group of people. You leave me the kindest comments, and you're just lovely, lovely, and I wish I could sit down and stitch with every single one of you. I am planning on being back in 2 weeks. I haven't really looked at the calendar to see where that lands, if anything's going on that weekend, but if not 2, hopefully 3 weeks, I will see you again. And until then, I hope you get lots of stitching, lots of quilting done. Bye, guys.